Whoa.
Well, how does he do? Welcome to Social Taco.
We're Social Taco.
It's what you do that defines you. That is so terrible. That is like the worst Batman voice. It sounds like that I've been smoking for 70 years. Welcome to Social Taco. We're Sarah and Marissa. We're two social media marketers with over 15 years of combined experience. We've learned a lot along the way, and today we want to share that with you by talking about one of our favorite social media campaigns, The Dark Knight.
The Los Angeles Times dubbed this one of the most interactive movie campaigns ever hatched by Hollywood.
I want to start by telling you a story about a young college student. I remember I was sitting in a philosophy class and we had to do like the icebreakers and like the class intros. You have to say one fact about yourself. And my fact is, if you haven't seen The Dark Knight, I don't know how to talk to you. And my philosophy TA was like, well, I haven't seen The Dark Knight. And I was like, meh.
I lived and breathed the why so serious, ads.
Sure, yeah.
That I took it to the point of buying a Justin Bieber t-shirt and putting that smile and writing "Why so serious" on the actual t-shirt because I loved it. I was like, "Why are you so serious?"
That really has become something so iconic, and I don't think there's going to be something that really overtakes that, especially when it comes to the Joker.
You're very skeptical every time someone's announced for such iconic characters, and you're like, wait, like Heath Ledger, like how is he really going to embody this character?
He was such a heartthrob. He was such like the teenage heartthrob, so it was such a weird thing to be like, okay, now he's going to be the Joker, and it was just completely different. It was such a transformation.
You literally feel it. It's chilling. It was a chilling. That's how I would describe my experience watching his performance. Like it shook me to the core. And I don't think anyone will ever be Joker the way that he is. And so I loved him in it. Okay, let's get back into the marketing aspect of it. I want to talk about the guerrilla marketing to start off. The Harvey Dent posters. I thought it was genius for them to come up with these cards that basically look like a political campaign, and they had Harvey Dent spearheading it, and you're just like wondering what's this going to be all about?
And I remember you could go to the Harvey Dent website and it was just like, it was like a campaign poster of Harvey Dent, right? I believe in Harvey Dent. Yeah. And then fans realized that you could erase pixels on the website. And when they erased the whole poster, it turned out to be the reveal of Heath Ledger's Joker face. And so that was the first time you saw what Heath Ledger was going to look like as the Joker. The whole campaign, and the reason why it won an award, was so much bigger than that. And I, as a fan, only experienced a small sliver of it. I mean, realistically, what it was basically like an in real life video game. It started with things at Comic-Con where you could find these dollar bills that had the Joker face on them and the website, and you could follow the clues. There was skywriting that spelled out a phone number, and you could call the phone number, and you could follow all these clues to kind of like get all of these Easter eggs. They really started with, of course, the most dedicated fan base, the people who show up to Comic-Con. Yeah. And it just grew bigger from there. So at the end, it ended up being 11 million participants in 70 countries. You might find Joker cards from, like literally a Joker card from a playing deck at a comic store, or you might find the Harvey Dent posters, or there's things that you could find just are out in the world that would kind of lead you all back to these microsites they built.
It was very interactive. Yeah, I remember they, you talked about these excursions. They even created their own clown travel agency where they would send their fans to bowling alleys across the world. And then when they get there and open up the lockers, they get a whole Joker package with a cell phone, a bowling ball, a Joker card. And it would even be it wouldn't even stop there. It would be to the point where they'd go on adventures to their bakeries and grab a Joker cake. They created their own Gotham City pizzeria. That's crazy. Combine my love of pizza and Batman and then get it delivered. And then there's a hidden Batman mask or propaganda. All right, I'm all for it.
You could decide what side you wanted to join. So you could be a henchman for Joker. You could be a campaigner for Harvey Dent, or you could be somebody who is following the Batman and part of his fan base basically. And so you got to pick what you could be.
There was an actual Citizens of Batman
campaign
that went out for Chicago, New York, and they were able to watch the bat signal line up at the skyline. I thought I would die to have that experience.
Yeah, it's social media at its best because it's people who are just enjoying the experience, authentically talking about that experience and sharing it with other people. And then at that point, it's free marketing because they're just so stoked about it that they have to tell everybody about it. I think it also did something that all really good marketing does, which is tell a story. And not only that, but let people tell their own story about how they engage with the product. And so I think the scavenger hunt allowed people to build that story for themselves in over a year leading up to the movie.
And it's original, you know? I think that's why you and I decided to pick this topic. It's because, you know, in this day and age, we're exposed to so many different kinds of marketing and, you know, so many commercials for when a movie is coming out. But what we want to do is focus on ones that stand out like this, that are innovative, that set the pace and or pave the way for like new kinds of marketing. So, you know, what they did for The Dark Knight was just mind blowing back then. And yeah.
Well, and I think what really strikes me is they could have stopped with Comic-Con, you know, they didn't have to take it global, but they did. They could have stopped with just the Harvey Dent website, but they didn't. They made one for the Joker and they made one for Batman. They could have they could have stopped with just putting stuff online, but instead they put stuff in bowling alleys and bakeries and pizzerias. Like, they could have stopped at any point, but they're like, no, we're gonna push this to the limit so that it's like mind-blowing how cool it is. So I think The Dark Knight was really good about making sure they had a story to tell and that the fans were part of telling that story, building trust with the fans so that they knew that they could expect their movie to really do justice to their favorite characters, focusing on those super fans and making them really the target audience that they reach with their marketing campaign and trusting that they would share it out beyond that. And really just going all the way in, really committing to a campaign and that's a little out there and going all in and making sure that it's amazing instead of trying to play it safe. So that's it for today. We love talking about The Dark Knight and we hope to talk more about some comic book movies and just in general really amazing social media marketing campaigns. So if you like talking about this stuff and you want more tips and advice for how to run social media on the day-to-day, make sure you like this video and subscribe. And Sarah has our key takeaway.
As a general rule, you should always be yourself. Unless you can be Batman, then be Batman.
And remember, Batman would like this video and subscribe.
He would
so
like
make
it.
sure you smash that bell.
He would like it very much.
Yeah. Like it. So if he could like it 6 times, he would do that.